For decades, we've spent hours and hours cutting grass, even if it gets a little too high, or paying somebody $40 a time to cut the lawn for you. Gas mowers work, they're reliable, but they smell, and there's some maintenance you got to take care of. This is old school. Battery operated seems to be the way of the future. More and more companies, even Honda, who made a lot of gas mowers, has converted to battery or electric mowers. This is new school. This is the future now. Robot lawnmowers. Full disclosure, Navimow sent me both of these mowers at no cost in exchange for an honest review. But just like this electric mower, the evaluations I've done here, if it breaks, we're going to tell you about it. We don't hold back on what the product does. We're going to give you the honest truth so that you can decide whether or not these mowers, one or both of them, will work for you in your situation. Links to these Navimow products and a discount code are provided below. For the past 3 weeks, I've been putting these two robot mowers to the test. This is the i210, GPS enabled, all-wheel drive. This is the i215, LiDAR. This is front-wheel drive, but also has a driving component in the back. This is rear-wheel drive with these caster wheels in the front. Depending on your situation, this might be better for you, or this might be better for you. Both of these are exceptional products. This is the cutting wheel on both of them. They spin around, and these are like super tough razor blades. I've done a lot of robotics testing, decades worth. These are some of the best robots I've ever evaluated. Why? The hardware is solid. There's a lot of people that focus on the hardware, and then you know what? It breaks down on the app or the software. Navimow's app is exceptional. This might be the best app I've ever used related to hardware. It's straightforward. Whether you're a new professional in your 20s or you're in your 80s and you're tired of pushing a lawnmower around, it's easy to follow. It steps you through the process of mapping, working on these things, tracking what they're doing, changing it up on the fly. It's amazing. I'm going to touch on some of the app stuff, and maybe in a follow-on video, I can go into some more details on all the aspects of the app. How did we test these? Weather testing. We had weather from the 60s all the way up to heat index 110 degrees. These were left out in the rain. They live in the heat and the rain at their base station. My lawn is approximately a 1/4 acre, and it couldn't be more difficult. It's got slopes about 30 degrees. It's got rough areas. It's got roots from trees. I didn't hold back. We did honest make it or break it testing on both of these robots. We tested this with wet grass. We tested it, what happens if it's raining. We tested it on barriers. We went through the mapping process. There's no wires that you have to lay down or embed in your lawn. You control the mapping process like a video game. We'll show you that. All these little details about how it works. I've located the mower docking station in the most ideal part of my lawn. It's supposed to be 10 feet away from the house. It's more like 7 feet. It's at least 10 feet away from all the trees, and this is the biggest area of open sky I have. I have a lot of trees in this lot. That's a challenge on where you can put this. You also don't want to run over the cord. I got everything indicating that it's good now. I had it down here before, which was more convenient for me, but we got to make this thing work, right? There's two options on mapping your lawn. You can do it automatically, and that's for more open spaces. Based on what I found out in the app, it looks like I'm going to have to go with manual mapping, which is fine. I made sure that my grass was below the 3.6 on the height so that you're not going to make the mower do a lot of work at this point. You just want to lock in the map. And the app is very helpful stepping you through the process. So here we go. We're going to start mapping. two little controls on your phone to control how the mower is going. And you want to be within 6 meters of the mower when you're in the mapping process. Got to make sure you're connected to the Bluetooth on your phone. That died out when I was shooting the video. So here we go. We're going to calibrate. See what it does. Just stop immediately, press the stop button. So there's this big red stop button on there. It's calibrating. Doing this little magic thing. It's pretty cool. All right, ready to start. All right, that's back and forth. And this is side to side. The controls are really easy. This is kind of fun. It's like it is a robot and you're remotely controlling it. End practice session. Start mapping. There you go. It's doing its thing. Figured it out. So I finished mapping. It was kind of fun. I have the perimeter that the robot mower is going to use. It's all one zone. I guess I could have broken it up into a couple zones, but I'll let the smart robot figure it out and see how well that works before I break it up into zones. Software is updating. You're going to want to update all the software on these. It doesn't happen very often, but since it's brand new, it's going to take some time. So I got a little purple flashing light on the Navimow 215 that's telling me it's updating software. So what I'm going to do is with manual, I like driving it around. It's like a little video game, but I'm going to get really close to the edge because with this one, I didn't go as close as I could on the edge. So I might have to modify that map. This one, I'm going to go like on the driveway. I'm going to overlap the driveway to make sure that I'm minimizing the amount of weed whacking I'm doing. So I'm going to use a different approach on the manual mapping here that's going to be a bit more aggressive than I had on this one. Undefined borders, which I have in the front yard. And I learned some things since mapping that I want to see if I can modify it and get a cleaner map on the second robot. Getting right on the edge, straddling the blacktop and the concrete, and really get in there tight. And then I'll follow the green comb I have, rubbing up against the edge, close to the fence. And we'll see how it does when it cuts. I'm going to go over some bigger roots, but not this really big one. I don't want to destroy or damage the... But we're going to do some pretty aggressive test here. Okay, so that hung it up. That's not going to work. See if it can do this grassy area between the big roots. It's going to find its way and charge itself. It's thinking, whoa, 2 charging station. It's going to park itself, which I think is way cool. So when it goes back and charges, this is exactly what it does. On its own, takes care of itself. Here's another cool feature. You can go standard or real scene, and supposedly you can put what it really looks like. That's the LiDAR picture. Pretty cool. I don't think that's an option with the i210. I'm calling this area Root Canal or Off Root. I'll put it up there. Vote below which one you like best, because it's a bunch of thin roots somewhere between 1 to 2 inches high, and it really bogged down the i215. To the i215's credit, it kept coming back here again and again and again, and eventually it did do this route. I'm in the process of regrowing grass. What I should do is fill this in with topsoil and then put some new seed down, and I'll do that. But I wanted to really test the robots out because I think this is the hardest thing. If you look at the length of the robot and the width of the robot, this is really where the wheels will get bogged down. Now the 210 is an all-wheel drive, and it's a puller. Okay, so the wheels are in the front. The 215 is a pusher. The wheels in the back, and then it's got 2 wheels in the front that kind of react. They're not powered. It'll be interesting to see how they compare. Now it's time for some lawn cutting action. We've got the app up. This cuts at 4 inches max height. This cuts at 3.6 inch max height. We're gonna start off with this one, and then we're gonna do this one. I have opened up the gates on my fences so that it can free range and just go wherever it wants. We have no idea how long it's gonna take. It's 91 degrees out here. It's hot, but it's been sitting out in the sun. I'm figuring it's worth a try. So here we go. We're gonna hit mow, start. So it pulls out. It knows its pattern. I have no idea where it's gonna go. It's all a mystery. I think it's calibrating right now. Hopefully it's not going straight to the camera. And it's off, cutting. And you can see how quiet it is. This is what I was really interested in because it's between the two properties. And it's just cutting and making its way. Maneuvering gates is interesting. Here's where I'm really interested. I didn't program the tree to see how it would do. I think it's thinking right now, trying to figure it out. Doesn't quit, even though it's in a precarious situation. Still tasked to do its job. The tree is not mapped as a barrier. It's figuring that all out on its own. Max peak right there. It's 15%, so it's going back into its charging station. It'll recharge and then do the rest of the lawn. But progress has been made. Something incredibly cool just happened. The mower charged itself up to 90%. Got out of the charger and started doing the job again, picking up right where it left off. And you can see on the chart to the right what the app is showing on what its current activity is. And you'll see the white areas, that's actually sand. So one of the advantages of having a robot mower is you can figure out where all your low spots are in your yard and then fill those up with sand. And then at the end of the season, in the fall, I'll put some topsoil on there and some quality soil and mix in some seed, and we'll fill those patches right up. This appears to have a maximum cutting height of 3.6 inches. This is manual. The i215 is through the software. So we're gonna fire this up and start cutting grass. We're battling all sorts of weather. I've got 2 to 3 hours to see what it can do before the rain sets in. The other mower is finishing up. I'm going to see if I can launch both mowers at the same time. Mode starts. There it goes. i215 did, which was do a perimeter, basically do the map outline, and then start doing the cross pattern. It's navigating around the basketball court. It's doing pretty much the same thing as the other one did. Starting at the perimeter. The goal was to minimize the amount of weed whacking that I'd have to do. So I put the line really close to where this tree mulch is. It's navigating the property line pretty much the way it was put in the system, which is good for neighbor relations. It's a visual system, but GPS aided. So we'll see how it does with all the trees. This is all-wheel drive, so I'm curious how it's going to do on these roots. They're anywhere from 2 to 3 inches tall, and right now it seems to be mastering it pretty well. It's working great right on the border. Will they deconflict? How's that going to work out? It's like they're avoiding each other. Robotic mayhem. .215's having an issue. 210 doesn't seem to have any issue at all. I think it's the all-wheel drive. This is interesting. It's getting to the max slope and it's doing it at a diagonal, not tipping over. This is the absolute sharpest angle in our lawn, probably somewhere between 30 and 35 degrees, and it's going up. I didn't map this tree. It's interesting to see how it responds to the tree. It's getting very close. It's thinking about it. And then it kind of offsets, and we'll come back later to that. Rain delay. Thunder and lightning delay. Out of the pool. Last night we had a strong thunderstorm come through. I have a rain thing in there for slight rain, and as soon as that was exceeded, the 210 went back to its base station. That was really amazing. The grass is much drier now. We're gonna start it back up and have it continue its journey of cutting the grass. This was done on precision mow. This is done on standard mowing, so it's working a little faster than the 215 was on precision mow. We'll start it.
Mowing starts.
There it is, and it's going to pick up right where it left off, and you can see it on the app. The app shows you right where it wants to go, and I'm going to get out of its way. The key to these robots is incremental cuts. In other words, if you wanted to cut down 2-3 inches of height at one time, you're going to be disappointed. You got to kind of go half an inch at a time. That's their sweet spot. After 3 weeks of evaluation, what do I think? If you're having problems with GPS in and around your house, this is probably the one for you. When I was using the robot, it doesn't have any issues going around and doing its thing. It has a camera that keeps it out of trouble. Both of them did reasonably well in the root canal area. I ended up taking it off of the course for this one just because I think the caster wheels and the non-all-wheel drive were a factor. Security-wise, couldn't be happier. Lift one of these up as I showed, and the sound goes off. Take it out of your yard, you can track it. It's not going to get away. There's some codes in here, and it's just amazing. Registration, easy as pie. So much different than my Ego lawnmower. It's just night and day. The app is so well thought out. You could be halfway across the country on a vacation and you decide to cut your grass. Fire up the app and there you go. There's 3 levels of cutting. Precision was what I started on this. Then there's standard level. I did it on both. And then there's economy level. I didn't see much difference between standard and economy. It's amazing to watch these mowers in action. When they get stuck, it's almost like they think, pause, and then back themselves out of that situation, recognize what's going on, and then attack it from different angles. Every time that you cut the grass, the angle of the cut is different, is another amazing thing that you wouldn't even think that somebody would consider. And Navimow did. I like the all-wheel drive factor on the 210. I like the LiDAR on the 215. I think they have one that combines both, the all-wheel drive and the LiDAR. That could be the best of both worlds. This is some of the best products I've ever tested. And that includes my professional life, not related to this channel. At first you would think that price was a factor. But some of the electric lawnmowers that I was looking at are $1,200 in the range of these mowers right here. Do I recommend these? Most definitely. Not only because the hardware is solid, but also the app. is solid. Best app I've seen in a very, very long time. Thumbs up and comments always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in all sorts of honest reviews of technology, making and breaking things, designs of all kinds, outdoor living, I even do costumes, cosplay, and props. Check out my channel and please subscribe, because you never know what honest review on robotics and mechanical systems you're gonna see.